to my channel. So for today I thought I would start a video series I never ever in a million years thought I would actually get to do, and that is that I am going to start my pregnancy updates. So I am 8 weeks today. I feel like I need to reiterate every time, which you're probably going to get sick of hearing, but that it's very early days. Obviously I've had previous miscarriages, so I'm still extremely anxious, but I don't want to have to keep saying that all the time, and you guys just get sick of hearing me say it. So yeah, I'm going to try and do these updates as positively as I can, but please know that I am feeling extremely anxious about everything, and I am not taking a single second of this for granted. Every second I'm pregnant feels like a huge milestone. So I wasn't really sure. Hello. Oh, got a little overgrown guest. Look at her hair. She's going to the groomers tomorrow. Aren't you? She's feeling very restless today, so she might sit with us for this video. So I don't really know how to do these update videos. I've seen people just kind of generally update on how their week has gone, and I've seen some people do like a sort of tag with questions that they answer every week. I'm not going to do that because I don't know how often the answers will change, so I'm just going to kind of tell you how my week has gone, then tell you about any symptoms, yeah, and if there's anything else you guys want to know, please leave it in the comments and I will be sure to include that in the next week's vlog. So yeah, today I am 8 weeks pregnant, which is amazing, but it has been an extremely eventful week. Definitely the most eventful week of my pregnancy so far. So as I've mentioned previously, I have been having some spotting on and off. It's been brown spotting, and they say brown spotting is old blood and it's not too much of a worry, so I was trying to stay calm about that, and obviously in week 6 we were very lucky and saw the heartbeat, so I was feeling a little bit better about that brown spotting and I wasn't feeling quite so terrified. It had calmed me down a little bit, as I know the risk of miscarriage drops significantly once you've seen a heartbeat. And then on Sunday, so I will have been 7 weeks and 3 days pregnant, on Sunday I went to the toilet before bed, and this is TMI, but again I think if you watch pregnancy updates you expect that, but I wiped and there was red blood all over the tissue and I freaked out. Like really freaked out. For me that was a sign of the end. There was no two ways about it. I said to Andrew straight away, red blood, I'm miscarrying, and he was like completely the same as me. For neither of us there was no doubt that seeing that red blood signified the end of our pregnancy, and it was really weird. We didn't cry, we didn't feel overly emotional, we went into full-on robot mode. I hope that makes sense, but we switched down completely. We went to bed and I don't think either of us slept that night, and we just lay there the whole night in silence, not crying, not talking, just sort of resigning ourselves to what had happened, and it was really sad. It was really sad that we'd been in that position so many times before that we sort of just accepted it, and it was a very strange night. Anyway, so it was a Sunday night and I had my scan at the fertility hospital on the Monday morning as the follow-up from the previous week. So because we knew we had that scan, there wasn't any point ringing the hospital. They wouldn't get us in any earlier than that anyway, so it just a very long night's wait to get to that scan in the morning. So we went to the scan at the fertility hospital on the Monday morning. They were running so late, we didn't get seen till like an hour after we were meant to. It was just horrendous, like just felt like I was walking to my fate, and like I had no doubt that it was going to be bad news. So we got into the scan and I told her about the bleeding, and she said, okay, try not to panic too much, I'm going to have a really good look around, see what we can see. Occasionally red bleeding can be fine, we'll just have a look around and see what happens. So she started the scan and then she went, I literally, oh my god, the relief that washed, I don't know what happened to my voice then. God, like the relief that washed over me was something else. Honestly, I think I was completely in shock. But there was the baby. Here you can see, had doubled in size. So at my 6-week 4-day scan, baby was measuring 0.5 millimetres, and at my 7-week 4-day scan, baby was measuring 1.1 millimetres. So it had doubled in size, and I could see the heartbeat flickering away. But then, and I feel embarrassed even saying this, even though this was completely their mistake and not my fault in any way, they were looking around and they were looking at the yolk sac, and they suddenly said, "Ah, we got it wrong last week," like so blasé. "We got it wrong last week. Oh, it wasn't a twin. I think you just have an unusual shaped yolk sac." And at the time, I was so in shock and relief from having seen that the baby was still there and the baby was still growing and the baby was okay, that I was kind of just like, all right. But then when we got out of the scan, me and Andrew just looked at each other and we were like, have they just said what we thought they had? And they'd just made this massive mistake, and we'd spent the week grieving a twin, grieving the loss of a baby that never existed. Like, I don't even still now know how to feel about that. I mean, what a mistake to make. And I feel awful because you guys have been sending me all these amazing messages and like sharing your story of losing a twin or having twins or being a twin or anything like that. And me and Andrew have spent the week feeling so relieved that we saw one baby's heartbeat, but so devastated that our other baby had died, and it turns out it was never a baby. What kind of a mistake is that? How can you confuse a fetal pole with a yolk sac when you're a professional? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not angry. In a really weird way, and I hope this doesn't sound awful, in a really weird way, it is sort of a relief, because I've been having these HCG boosters and it was really scaring me, the fact I'd been having these HCG boosters and yet one of my babies still hadn't made it. So that I was finding that quite difficult to kind of process in my head, because I was hoping these HCG boosters would be the answer to all our problem and would help us keep our baby, and they hadn't worked, and that was scaring me, but not the case. Yeah, I feel really embarrassed saying this, and obviously I had no idea what the professionals tell you, you listen to, and you take that on board, and you know, I thought we'd lost a twin and I was devastated about that, and it turns out that wasn't the case. So yeah, does anyone know anything about having an unusual shaped yolk sac? I don't know. You can still see it really clearly on this scan. So there is the baby. What is that noise? So there is the baby, and this is just the yolk sac. It wasn't a twin at all. Like I said, I'm sort of too relieved at the moment that the baby was okay to really process that that happened and that they made such a massive mistake. But you know, everything's so small at that time. I understand mistakes happen, but that just seems like a very big mistake to make to me. But yeah, I feel really stupid as well, because I was saying how much like the twin thing made sense because I was so crampy, and because, you know, my uterus must have been stretching more, and I'd had such a dark pregnancy test, and now I feel a bit stupid about that because it wasn't that at all. Yeah, I don't really know. That was definitely the main thing this week, which was a massive shock. But at the end of the day, I'm just incredibly grateful that this baby is, or seems to be so far, growing, heart beating away. Yeah, I just feel ridiculously lucky. So lucky. So yeah, that was the main update this week. Although also on Monday, after my scan, because baby seemed to be growing and looking fine and healthy, they actually discharged me from the fertility hospital, which feels like a huge deal. So I'm no longer with the fertility hospital anymore, which is really, really scary, but also feels really nice because they were obviously happy enough that the pregnancy seems to be progressing okay, that they didn't feel they could do anything for me anymore, that I needed them. So that's amazing, scary but amazing. They told me then that they were happy for me to book my first midwife appointment in, so told me to ring my GP and book that. So I have that next Wednesday, which I will talk about in my 8-week update. I never hear people talking about this booking in, like, first midwife appointment. I just hear everyone going on about how long it is and how many questions you have to answer and blah blah blah, but I don't know if it's just because I've waited such a long time to be here, but I'm so excited for that appointment. I'm so excited to have people ask questions about my baby, and I'm really excited for it. I'm nervous because everything is scary still, it's so early. It feels like a scary milestone, but it feels like the best milestone. I'm so excited. Every little milestone that comes along I'm just absolutely loving, and it feels like I'm just one step closer to that end goal. So yeah, I've got that next week, that's booked in. Yesterday I also had my HCG booster at the early pregnancy unit. I keep having them every week if everything's okay until after my 12-week scan. So I've still got 4 or 5 of them left, completely embracing them. I mean, there's no way of knowing, but I've never got this far before, and I truly believe this must have something to do with it because I've just never got here before, and this is the first time I'm having the boosters, and this pregnancy seems, fingers crossed, so far so good. So that's amazing. They've also booked me in for a follow-up scan with the early pregnancy unit next Friday. So again, oh, that wouldn't be in my 8-week update, would it? That would be in my 9-week update. Yeah, but it's really nice to have a scan booked in for then. My anxiety levels are through the roof with this pregnancy. I'm just so desperate for everything to be okay that I feel on edge all the time, and having a scan is just such a comfort, and seeing the baby on there and knowing it's grown is such a comfort. Hats off to those of you that wait until 12 weeks for a scan, because I could not do it. We've also booked in a private scan for Mother's Day, which, again, I keep saying it, crossing my fingers I get that far, that would be amazing. So that's on Mother's Day in the UK is the 26th of March, I would be 10.5 weeks by then, and I've booked in a scan so me and Andrew can go and we can take my mum, and it would just be amazing. Yeah, I'm just so excited for that. I just really hope we get to that point. If you have been through infertility or miscarriage, you will know that Mother's Day is the hardest day. Literally, like, I find all special occasions when you're going through infertility or miscarriage are really, really difficult because they're milestones that you've said to yourself, like, by next Christmas or by next Mother's Day I'll have a baby or I'll be pregnant, and as each one passes it's just a massive kick in the teeth. And the prospect of actually being pregnant this Mother's Day is amazing. Literally the best feeling. So please cling on in there, little baby. I want to have a Mother's Day that feels really special, and I get to spend it with my mum and my baby, and it would be amazing. So yeah, that has been this week. Give you a quick rundown on symptoms. I won't go into too much detail because, to be honest, I really don't have that many, which is scary. But you know, some people don't. My mum, when she was pregnant with me, she said she had no symptoms at all. Nothing. So that does make me feel a little bit better, as I know that kind of thing can run in the family. I've still had no sickness at all. A couple of afternoons I've had the smallest wave of nausea, but nothing at all, and I think that's probably me looking for it when it's maybe not there at all. So I haven't had any sickness at all. The cramps are still pretty strong and scary, and obviously I've had bleeding, so I need to be super on the lookout for anything like that. And I am doing my best to rest as much as possible because I'm not willing to risk anything. So kind of just sitting there all day every day is sending me slightly insane, but I will do whatever it takes to try and protect this baby, and also for if anything did go wrong, I wouldn't want to have any fear that it was because of something I did. So yeah. Also, boobs are still a bit sore, but nothing crazy. It's mainly when I take my bra off. I have this past week or so started wearing a maternity bra rather than my normal bra because the underwire was so uncomfortable. And oh my god, how do you ever go back when you've worn a non-underwire bra? It's so comfortable. I got a really good pair of two from Next. I think they're about £25, and I got a black and a white one. I should have brought the one I'm not wearing to show you, but I haven't. But it is so comfortable. I love it, and obviously you can use it when you are breastfeeding as well, but if my boobs get any bigger, these definitely will not fit. So yes, not sure how much use I will actually get out of these before I need a bigger size. Anything else? I have been feeling tired, but again, nothing crazy. No more than usual. I think that's it really. I've noticed I've not been sleeping great. To say I am a bit tired during the day, when it gets to night time, I'm just not sleeping very well. I'm waking up a lot. I'm having a lot of dreams, which I know people can say like you have some weird dreams when you're pregnant, but I have weird dreams all the time, so that's not really any different to me. So yeah, I think that's it. Quite grumpy. Flipped out at Andrew yesterday because what did he do? I flipped out at Andrew because he tried to feed me a nut and I didn't want that nut. And I got pissed off. So it was really weird, really hormonal crazy woman. Oh god, the main thing, now I've said hormonal crazy woman, I know, is my skin. My skin is awful. When I used to be on the pill, my skin was absolutely fine, never got spots, came off the pill. And obviously we know now because I've got PCOS, my skin went horrendous, but it is particularly bad at the moment. Obviously I've got makeup on, so you can't see and you're probably like, oh yeah, whatever. But my chin is really bad, and when I take my makeup off now, I can tell some of them have scarred, but couldn't care less if this baby is growing as it should be. Give me all the acne, I do not care. I just want a healthy pregnancy. That's all I'm asking for really, which is quite a lot to ask for, but fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm probably going to leave it there, guys. I'll show you the bump. Obviously, I'm only 8 weeks today, so I don't really have a bump. I'm slightly bloated, but also I'm not the slimmest girl in the world by any means. So yeah, I'll show you. This is probably just my tummy kind of on a normal day, but so we can look at the progress. Every week I will do the obligatory belly shot. I also wear the world's baggiest clothes, so I'm going to try and squeeze it a bit tighter for you so you can actually see. But yeah, I will leave it at that after the bump shot, guys. Please let me know if there's anything else you want to know. If you want me to have more of a structured format to these videos, let me know. Let me know how you want me to do these videos. Obviously I want to make what you guys want to see. For those of you that are also expecting, I've got everything crossed for you for a healthy pregnancy, and for those of you who are still trying, you have all my good thoughts, good vibes. Everything is crossed for you, and I'm sending all the baby dust in the world your way. So yeah, I will leave it there. Thank you guys, and I hope you're all having a really good week. So I have absolutely no idea how well you can see this. I will come up with a better way to get these shots, but this is my bump, whatever you want to call it, belly at 8 weeks. Not really much to see at all.